The following feature is rated SM for spiritual maturity and is not intended for the immature who wishes to remain as such. The views expressed are not necessarily those of our sponsors, as they sometimes could care less about what the host is saying, but is more concerned about having their product on a popular show. Warning, small minds, listen at your own risk, as this content is extremely overwhelming and may do further damage to those minds closed off to objective reality. Approach with an open mind, as the heavy nature of the content will lick your chip.
Hey! In the meantime, 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 in between time.
Alright, Purple Nation, Vicebox there, check in. Welcome to the premiere of In the Meantime bonus episode 14 part 2. I think we name 114. This topic is a very important topic, as it explores in depth why the more things change, and the more them seem to remain the same. So I have a slightly longer show tonight, so I'm going to talk too long before me say, do remember to like, share, subscribe, support the merchandise, join the Patreon, join the membership, interact in the comment section. If I even type in Zion as usual, big up everyone when normally do that. Big up everybody who support the channel in any way, shape or form. And big up the business them, where the backbone of the program. And do remember to check the description for all kind of means of supporting the program. Alright, Purple Nation, let's go.
In the meantime.
Gangsta is purple. I tell you for say that. When we say purple, we mean that.
As usual, this section of the program is brought to you by Vicebox Studios, the voice of a nation, and Madvert Multimedia. If it's not Madvert, it's not an advert. And also brought to you by Bunks About Kids Party Rentals. It's at Bunks About for the finest in all things related to kids parties, fun days, and other events. So when you look for customize an experience that your child or just regular patrons in general will never forget, don't just bunks go all about. Bunks About. It's at BUNX About for the finest in kids party rentals. Call them now at 876-404-1714. In the meantime, it's also brought to you by Any IT Support. Any IT Support is a cyber condom protect all your devices from any break-in or intrusion, aka hacking. Them they're the top of the apex when it comes on to computer server repair system maintenance and monitoring service, virus removal, security training, endpoint and network security, network design, implementation, and much more. Visit them website now at www.anyitsupport.com or call them at 309-340-1364. It is also brought to you by Dumpling House. If you're at Atlanta on a Friday night, and you miss the original yard style cooking, don't worry man, call off the Suicide Life. Nice again, Dumpling House, just save your life. You can call them at 470-844-9393 anytime for place your order. And speaking of which, Dumpling House of Planet Earth always available on sale. And I'm going to go in the Atlanta area, so Friday, February 3rd. I'm going to go to Dumpling House in the 7-8 o'clock bells. So if you're not in the area and you'd like pick up a copy of Planet Earth or you have one already and just want it signed, you can come through. Come to Atlanta for a couple of days before I touch backyard. I don't want to be too long, but I have to mention, yeah man, this section is also brought to you by Renaissance Immigration, the greatest thing in Canada when it comes to immigration. Just call Renaissance now at 437-703-1147-8 and the consultation, again, like me always say, is absolutely free. Anyway, don't mix them up with Louis Law. Yeah man, Louis Law is the American equivalent to Renaissance Immigration. So nobody start fret if in America want a service similar to Renaissance Immigration. There is Louis Law Immigration, the greatest thing in America. And as we always say, all on the whole graveyard of immigration crosses, I run you down, don't worry about it. Louis Law Professional Association can put a stop to it. Them deal with everything related to citizenship, removal of conditions, waivers, deportation, and all matters related to immigration in America. Call them now, 954-530-1717.
Galanga tell them, say your rats around the world, a curly locks around the world. You have know that.
In the meantime, you've got a voice note.
One voice box. You're a big fan of your work from a long time. So hear this now. My mother call me Shamar, but my friend them call me Pastor, cause me always stuck with the voice them way though. Anyways, me know you might say I steal news, but I want to hear your views on the Usain Bolt issue there. Also, I want to hear what you think about how them arrest Andrew Tate and charge him for organized crime and human trafficking and rape and them things. Feel like the man a prophet, you know. No see the man say the Matrix are going to attack him and I see him where so you go. How me see the Matrix now want see the youth them eye them open up. Even though me not hear him say nothing where me not hear you said donkey years before in company scene. And come to think of it, enough man like Ben Shapiro and the Canadian professor, for them argument me hear Tate repeat verbatim. Him not say nothing new. But people take on to him even more than them. How you think cause that? You think them just not have the flair to them delivery and it's just that him more charismatic? Well, the inferior spin about it, you know. As usual. Big up Zion.
In the meantime.
In the meantime and in between time, what is coming is coming.
Well, Shamar, watch ya now. Alright. Pastor, watch ya. It's not gonna be stale news to me now. Because my concern them genuine. To anybody at all when them concern genuine, it's not gonna be stale news until there is a resolve. So with that whole thing I know me I tell you, boy, money is a bumbuckler. The rules of engagement when it comes to business structure in such a way to make mankind turn in a lowest form of animal and can't turn human all now. I'm really have to say a operation like this, operation of this size, can't carry out by just one little woman. The complex operation here, we're going to look on right now, have to pass through a portion of people in terms of a system in order to move so much money without a trace. It's impossible. We all look on your chest, them they like 50 move either way. Them plan for all of this. Our reaction, the scandal, them plan everything way ahead of time. Them plan out the whole of the police investigation, the press conference, the early retirement, them the I am deeply saddened speeches. Them plan out every fucking thing. We all look on is a deeply talented, seriously talented cast of character. Remember them lines. You know that girl who me talk about all the while left the man in her mind? And she have the knowledge there, the fact that she done gone already. So she can land on her foot. And it not jerk her when the man find out. Well, the whole situation here, them, ISSL, them are the girl, and the public and the man, they were shocked. But the whole operation here, them didn't know about it long before we know about it. And set it right. I saw them do these things. The money that they came on her in a Switzerland in some offshore account. Long time. Them sit down and plan out who are going to take the fall. Them done decide which judge are going to try the case already, you know. Them done your mother yard already, you know. I want big old show where all away and think I watch it. Remember in the episode I talk about R. Kelly? And I shown us a quote of biggest theater. When I have nothing to do with truth, just agenda. It have something to do with agenda. They don't give a fuck about truth. I will look like them attack truth, them response for. The man who make the law no make it fit fuck up him, you know. People who make the law the most lawless people. Them put on something at every turn to help them get way. Anything you see them do, them fucker. The law only apply to people who are ignorant to it. Them know exactly what kind of show to put on for your honor. Alright, they have a video I go around now with the same woman who get charged in that scandal here. I know me make it. Look on the screen right now. What I don't think she do right now. A good, trang woman that, you know.
This is the woman who robbed Usain Bolt money. Young, fresh, green. Look on her now. All of a sudden she going like she 95, like she can't walk. She need wheelchair and walker. Like she take Jamaican people and Jamaican court for idiot. This is showing sign of guilt. It seems like she trying to look for sympathy. But I don't think this gonna work. Cause people can see say I pretend she pretend. Cause she young, fresh and green. She remind me of this man, Jeffrey Weinstein. Hollywood director who raped off all of these female actresses. When charges was brought against him, all of a sudden him can't walk. Man who could have walked, he need walker. All of a sudden him bend. Him have to fight to go up the stairs. Because him guilty. Watch Weinstein. A fight to go up the stairs. Sign of guilt. That's what that woman here try to do, people. And it not gonna work. If I was the judge, should I get an extra 10 years just for going like she take Jamaican people for eat?
This now only shows them guilty. It shows them know if it do. To make the jury them believe, say them harmless. I wouldn't hurt a fly or thief a biscuit or left them on them for 3 days. And this are the trang early 40s woman, you know. With breast still at work and front not retire yet. I try make people believe say she are 90. And can hardly walk till the case done. And she did a dream weekend and broke out. And the best actor win a court. Now the same thing the woman that rob my father how much million do. When she go half a tree in a nightie and bed slippers and yam shit. Like a mad, she a mad. She a veteran lawyer, she know for beat the system. She knows so when case call up, them a go say she a mad woman, you know. So she couldn't take away no money. Cause she wasn't of sound mind at the time. So legally, the woman being accused, which is the sane part of the mad woman, never then nowhere near the crime. If a the mad woman do it, so case dismiss. And if Movado bust a shot in her head and plead insanity, I bet say that's how the court go figure out so people can't act like them mad. And I bet I would have instant Movado cartel reunion. Biggest party at GP will keep for 35 years.
In the meantime.
Alright, Shamar, I'll get into the Andrew Tate part of your voice note now. Talking about voice note, remember the In the Meantime WhatsApp hotline. One can send in a video and other questions. And inquiries about products and services. The WhatsApp phone number 876-285-9615. So yeah, what me do say again? Alright. If you or anyone understand where that program I represent, then you would know say, me I talk about Andrew Tate for quite a while. When me that talk about Kevin Samuels or even Foota Hype, I me that talk about. Him just a foreign footer. And again, Foota, my brother, I don't know, hate or no disrespect, or just criticism or critique. The same thing where you do. I know you don't mean nothing by nothing way I say about nobody. Me not have you as a hater, so you're supposed to understand what me I do. If you have more than 3 brain cells, which me suspect say you do. So yeah, I've been at about Andrew Tate. I just that Andrew Tate is a different manifestation of the same spirit of chaos where most people in our earth subscribe to. So this is not a first. I just the first time addressing this very popular spirit or energy by that name here, Andrew Tate. So for those who don't know, Andrew Tate is a social media influencer where rise to prominence, a meteoric prominence, in especially the last year and a half. And him take a stand against all of the ills and injustice in the Western system. You know, those who affect man. And that garner attention from especially young boys, you know, young adolescent youth. And fastly rise to become one of the most Googled people on earth. So what you know, yes, it is true. What do you call it? Bobby Rang, Babylon, Matrix. It attack masculinity for true. And I reverse the roles. Or should I say switch the roles of the genders. And as a man spongier than ever. And ultra thin. Ultra sensitive. And them have on them fragile angle with care sticker at all time. In order to function in our world. Them can't cope with no kind of criticism. And feels at the end of the world to do the least little thing. And the girl them turn bad man. So of course when a man like Andrew Tate come along and I go make them know say it alright to be a natural man. And that the things in our consciousness as man is natural. Of course, the person that go start mean a lot to people who did feel like something wrong with them. Based on the agenda where the system a push upon them. And you also point out say him not original, which is true. Which me are getting at. And further down, I go tell you what make him so special to the youth them. As opposed to the other people them where they say the same things long before him. Since there is me I hear whole heap of things. And what I can agree with is that him deserve credit to stand up and fight for a dying breed, which is the original masculine man. That can't be denied. And rightly so, it is true. But indeed, he missed the mark when it comes to the solution. But theme solution them is a whole another set of problem completely. You can view success as just purely materialistic and hedonistic, which me guarantee you is not sustainable. If all you are going to achieve it, are going to make you end up by yourself in a long run. Now almost the whole time supporter them I say, boy, lie them I tell upon him, them shouldn't lock him up or lock them up. So the system a fight him, everything we see in the media, twist him word, and that's how the system work. I agree with that 100%. And as an artist myself, you know, in the business where I have to interact with media for years, I mean, I always tell you that. Me would have bias if me say, me don't know how them work. In order to generate interest in our story. Even social media. Who knows that the audience just program to feed off of the negative. Even YouTube, the same way them cut up and edit and the thumbnail said it. Clickbait. Them not care about what them action cause for nobody at all. Them just want status, money and fame. And ironically, the same exact thing with Tate say happiness and fulfillment. And with Tate recommends the people to strive for at all costs. So unfortunately, I know for him end up on the wrong side of an attitude where him promote every day as right. Why? Because him same one is now often the victim. How far them willing to go forget it. Andrew Tate and where he must say no exempt or him no get spear from them kind of people there. Who will just cut up your ass if you make it look like some boy you say something totally different from what you really say. Me get beaten with that too much if you not understand. Say Andrew Tate, I got through enough of that. Me sure. Enough people are draw a conclusion of a partial reality. However, there is much footage where me personally see we're unedited. We're consistent with the narrative of the abusive source support. We're driven to succeed at all costs. Who are follow a business model. We're causing to see people only as a means to an end or a stepping stone. So much things are out there right now we show the walking contradiction of this brother obviously is. It's undeniable. No matter how much footage you cut up. I'm sure what I mean. Listen to that clip here. Like the many clips are the many things we talk, which is absolutely true. Cannot be denied.
I was in a taxi and it was 3 a.m. and these two girls were in the taxi and they were walking through the park. And I said, I still find it very strange that girls walk alone at night here, everywhere, and there's no problems. And the taxi driver said to me, yes, but they're Romanian girls. A Romanian wouldn't hurt a Romanian girl. As in, it's like, why would someone hurt her? Because we're all Romanians. That's completely gone from the West. So that was like mind-boggling to me. Romania has no economic prosperity, but they have morality. It's the most Christian country in the world, 99.9% Orthodox Christian. I've been on dates with 27-year-old women who have to be home at 10 o'clock because their father said so. Like, their families stick together. They have no social welfare programs, no disabled people programs, nothing, because the family look after them. But there's no old people home. Family looks after them. All these things we have in the West, they have none of it. It's just family. Family takes care of all those problems.
But the advice we give people, well, especially man, with how to function in the world, totally contradict the making of the family structure where him claim to admire so much. It's truly obvious that Tate doesn't listen mature arguments and I repeat them back. Because you cannot tell youth to grow up by being a teenager forever. Now get me wrong, financial success is always good, but big house and car and million gal as the key to happiness is the continuance of the problem. We're building the family where the matrix attack is concerned. That type of thinking they are right for when you're a teenager, but when you're mature is when you filter, when you take all of your experiences and filter out what work and what don't work. And understand, say, partnership and the responsibility will come with it. And the only way to the kind of growth or fulfillment where any human being look for. And one problem mankind have, and a spiritual immaturity, Find maturity. And every other problem in every other aspect of our life solve. But by now, I don't think we have to explain to most of you why we still have all of the problem them. Because we live in a world where we are use problem in an attempt to solve problem. And then a ball about problem. I don't claim to know that brother personally, but any action where is the most recurring or constantly repeated in a somebody's life is an indicator of where them believe and therefore a clear mark of who them is. Listen to the same man we admire how people take care of one another around me. Listen what kind of business plan him come up with and tell me what you think. And I comment down below.
7 years ago, whenever this was, it wasn't nearly as big. And I found this little webcam thing and I was like, this might be some money. So I text all my girlfriends, I think it was 5 of them, text all 5, said, you're all coming here to live with me and work with me. None of them knew about each other. Bro, Tristan will tell you the story. He'll tell you. All 5 flew in, picked them all up. They're all sitting there. I sat them around the same table. Bro, I need to get paid. Right? I'm broke now. I'm retired from fighting. I have no money. I'm running out of money. So I put them all around the same table. And I was like, look, we're going to start a webcam business. You're going to stay. You're going to live in London. I'm going to look after you, and we're going to get rich. We're going to be a team. And they're all like, well, who's this bitch? I'm like, she's my girlfriend. She's my girlfriend. She's my girl. You're all my chicks. And you're going to stay here, and we're going to make some money. Big fight kicks off, blah, 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 blah. In the end, long story short, 3 left, 2 stayed. Those are my first 2 girls. And we started this little webcam business from my apartment. And it just grew and grew and grew. And it got to the point where at one point I had 75 women working for me in 4 locations. Damn. And I was doing $600,000 a month. But the problem is, my first 2 girls who worked for me because they loved me. I love this man. Right. I am with this man. We're a team. He's going to take me from the ghetto streets to the hotel suites. Right? So we're working together. Yeah. But then once you get bigger, you start hiring girls who don't love you. They're in it for the money. So I had a whole bunch of girls working for me who weren't really about it. And then I had one girl, and she got too drunk one day, and she threw up in my apartment. I told her to clean up. She refused to clean up, started being an idiot. So I took her stuff, threw out the window. Because it's like, it's about that. With women, you never hit a girl, right? Can't do that. Can't do that.
All right, that him said this about B2, man, you know. But what next time I did him say? I
don't even have to fuck you. Forget the sex part. That's a distraction. My dick can stay in my pants. I'll just start beating the shit out of you. How about that? We walk in the bedroom. I start kicking your ass. No sex. No sex involved. When I grab you by your neck and you start annoying me, trying to resist, and I just, but you cry then.
When you can type in contradiction. After I'm fling the girl close through the window, you know, and I want to pay the girl her money, and she call police on him. Him decide to go Romania, go live. And the reason is because them support one another. You're the reason for love Romania one next time.
Romania is absolutely corrupt, but it's a corruption that everyone can participate in. I would much rather live in a country that's corrupt, where I get stopped for speeding and I give them a little bit of money, than a country that's corrupt like America, which says it isn't corrupt. You have to be a billionaire and have a private jet and go to islands to get away with it. If you're going to be corrupt, which every nation on earth is, then let everyone play the game.
If somebody listen and can't spell contradiction, you can make Siri them read phone, you know. Modern time. It's obvious that a man truly believe, say him above every law. It look like say even universal law, because look at the man allow himself to say, but not only audio. Come and play the audio version of videos. Look what the man say on video without think. It must cross his mind, but him thinking bigger than every system. Area.
Same thing with passports, man. If I fuck up and England wants me in jail, I can fly on a Nigerian passport, or an American, or an English, or a Polish, or an Estonian. I have so many passports. What, are you going to block them all? They can't stop me traveling. There's always a passport I can pull out. There's always a driver's license I can pull out. If you ban one, I've got another one.
All right, go back to the webcam business now, where the top G set up. Remember now, you know? Him fly down in a red brief and red cape and blue tight suit. A fight to liberate man from the tyranny and of the modern woman. But here, how him exploit the same loneliness when most of the man them a go through now. Largely in part due to woman. And don't get me wrong, you know, we all at some point did have to do things where we're not proud of. But at least most of we know say certain things not to talk publicly, especially when those things ask if we broke the law. Oh, all right, hear this.
Me and these 2 chicks, we just start fucking hammering the webcam game. Problem is, another thing I knew, when I talk about what women don't find, that women don't know what men find attractive, earlier on this podcast, everything I said, the webcam company I was running proved that perfectly. The women who were on stream were beautiful, but they didn't have a fucking clue what to say. They were saying all the wrong shit, man. Every day they were saying the wrong shit, and we were losing customers. So I'm trying to teach these women, and the women kept fucking it up. So I said to them, it's like, you know what, fuck it. I'm taking over. So what I did is I unplugged their keyboards and plugged a new one in from me behind the screen. So the chicks would sit there and hit a keyboard that wasn't plugged in. And me and my brother, and eventually some staff I trained, would do all the talking. The girls were just famoosers, just laughing and doing this, their titties out. And they were talking to fucking ice cold hustlers. We were taking their money, all of it. They'd come and say, well, what kind of, all of it. We were fucking milking them dry. Women haven't got a clue how to famoose a dude. They don't have, because they rely on their looks. They don't have any of the intellect. They have no game, nothing.
There's nothing.
Nah, you get a man with game and give him a female's body, a female avatar. He will fuck a guy up. I had these guys selling their houses, life savings, loans, all of it to me. Give me it all. So like, and it's basic shit, right? You'd have a guy.
Feel bad or no?
Fuck no. To give a solitary fuck.
Did you tell, like,
I
yo,
don't give a fuck.
The scam no stop there, so you know. We make a whole quick commercial break and jump right back in it.
In the meantime.
Six the king of the purple nation. When we say purple, we mean that.
Alright, my books, Planet Earth and the Road to Zion, is available on Amazon.com. So get Planet Earth in all forms on Amazon now. Yeah, man, I'm say all forms, we talk about audiobook. It on Audible, iTunes, and not just about anyway, audiobook sell. And the audio version of the Road to Zion so ready. You know, I mean, make them know when that ready. So, you know, get, you know, Planet Earth locally at JA Deals, Constant Spring Road, you know, right across from the Transport Center. And check out them website, jadeals.com, for where them have them other locations where them also have the book on them. So, I make on the know that JA Deals also ship internationally to the Caribbean, etc. I can also get Planet Earth upstairs Island Grill Twin Gates Plaza in a place named Cellular Repairs. And it also their selected location, a Kingston Bookshop. And also if you're selected time, JA Deals, you know, them have a limited 10% discount on the book. So, you know, find out more about that in the description. I'm going to also pin a comment with various ways of you get your hand on Planet Earth. Do it now. This next section of In the Meantime is brought to you by Renaissance Immigration Services. As you know already, them deal with all things immigration in Canada. Your days of painting card green is over. Them fix the visa where you overstay because you're frightened and run off and now people that take advantage of you in every way, shape or form. And you work for less than where you worth. And you feel so there's no way out. Renaissance believes as long as there was a way into your immigration problem, there is always a way out. Just call them now at 437-703-1147 to 8. And as usual, the consultation is absolutely free.
In the meantime.
In the meantime, and in between time, what is coming is coming.
Yeah, you know. A truth and reality and a dream time. Curly locks. In the meantime.
Alright, no delay. We'll jump right back in it.
I'm famoosing these dudes, right? So the guy would be like, what kind of guys do you like? And if he was a young man, I'd say, I can't believe I'm talking to some young guy. All these old creeps are on here. Oh my God, you're so handsome. Why are you even here?
So
if he was an old guy, I would say, oh my God, I'm finally glad to talk to you. All these young creeps keep coming to talk to me. I want a guy who's serious, who's ready to settle down. I know older men will settle down. Sell the dream, sell the dream, sell the dream. We got to the point where we had these guys falling in love with my models, serious, big time in love, right? Sending crazy money. And they were convinced they were going to meet the chick. This is almost where I kind of felt bad. Because they were like, can we meet? I've sent you $200,000. Can we meet? Can we meet? Can we meet? And the problem
what was
is,
the most that one person sent to a model? Total.
Million?
Wow.
About a mil in about a year?
I know you don't feel bad at all.
Why the fuck would I care?
I don't feel bad either.
So, thank you.
Damn.
So, they'd want to meet the chick, right? I only did a meeting once ever. I had a big customer with my best girl.
How much did that cost?
He paid 50 G's for dinner, just dinner. It was clear it was just dinner. He booked a really nice restaurant in London. It was me, my brother, and about 4 of my other kickboxing boys on different tables because he doesn't know what we look like, right? So he's gone to dinner. She's sitting at the table. He's sitting at dinner. He's surrounded by killers, bro. He didn't even know. In case he was weird or tried to drug her or some shit, right? So he sat there at dinner, had the dinner, whatever. Dinner ended, nothing happened. But after they meet the girl once, the fantasy's now ruined. Like, so now they're like, okay, when can we meet again? When can we meet again? You said you liked me. You said you loved me. Hey, why don't you stay over? They start getting really pushy, and you end up like losing the customer because you can't keep meeting him without nothing happening. Girl doesn't want anything to happen, so you got to kind of keep it in the fantasy world. So we learned from this. After this, girls cannot meet guys under any conditions. So what the girls would do is they promise meetings, and maybe this is a bit bad. Here's where the famoose would start. So it'd be good, like I had a lot of girls who worked for me, and the best was like the Ukrainians or the Russians. It was amazing. Because they'd get some guy, fall in love, they'd arrange today to meet, all this shit, I need a visa. Okay, get a visa. I need money for a visa. Okay, how much is a visa? It's $900. No, but it's not $900 because I went to the embassy. They think I'm a risk, and I need a return flight there and back, and I need a hotel, and I need to have spending money in my bank account. They won't let me come. Or how much you need? All right, 10 grand. Boom, it's 10 G's. Boom, thanks.
Wow.
Go to the embassy, take a picture outside the embassy, boom, come back. They rejected my visa. They said we have to wait 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, they'll give it to me. Okay, baby, boom. 2 more weeks of tips. Boom, 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 boom. Because now he thinks he's going to fuck, right? He thinks he get the girls. Now he's spending more than ever. 2 weeks. 2 weeks come. Some other problem. Whether it's visa or whatever. We make up some bullshit.
Remember now, This are the same man we call woman war for can man and take them money, you know. But it good if him a control the can. As long as him a control the woman them, we can demand them, then him good with it. And Andrew's a man we talk about God all the time. And how religious you are, you have to know one thing. God is not the author of confusion. You can't serve two masters. God requires you sacrifice one. Your advice, if you get money and use it for abuse everybody. Have 10 girl and done with the intention if you have a serious relationship. Why? Because it get hard. Anytime it get hard, run. How different that make we as man from the woman that we can't take 1 hour after natural challenges will come with life. Of course, you have some people you have to cut left. You have some last cars, of course. I know them may talk about. The advice if you run when it's hard, go against the creation of a society like the Romania, where you say the family look out for one another, where you so much admire. Of course, in your teens, the enough girl thing work, and you feel like a freedom, because enough we never have no responsibility at that age and stage. But when you start responsible for yourself, in a later years, it is common sense, it is mature. It actually wise to settle down with somebody and focus the resources in a one direction. If one girl, especially the new model nowadays girl, so hard to deal with, imagine 10. You know like yourself? When you know your Tate say him fuck so much pussy, bored, nothing a night. What him think cause that? I turn the same rich but lonely old man them, you know, were willing to spend £50,000 for one dinner, you know, just for hear, so them special. I'm sure I say if that is true, cause who really know. And look who them rich man ya go so hard for. The type of girl that show them titty on a website. Why you think them a do that? Cause most of them spend them youth and make money and ignore relationship. No balance, no kind of balance. Why Tate bored with sex? Because fucking an object. Which is where femme type of attitude help turn woman in a. Just some walking pussy with no brain. And that make them nothing else. Wanna blow up dolly. Pun intended, kind of so them call themselves now. And that kind of advice then the way him see things bring that in him life, you know. Because he's gonna end up with be a girl when I see him all now. Just $sign. And him can't get no meaning out of sex. Because that's the purpose them want them for. So them is like a back fist. Them they can't provide the company where a man need for truly function at him spiritual best. Not just physical best, you know. Spiritual best. And the life where him think him a run from him actually a create. Follow that way then you got dead by yourself. Like the same cattle man. Where most of we love call the woman them. We a reject man because them feel say them young and them have all the time till them lick the wall. Well, as a man, we have a wall too. Remember me telling you that already, long time? We have a short time to do the mature things we are going to ensure say we no bitter when we all. And when I prescribe only prove masculinity, not manhood, are two different things. A man is what you become after you go through life tests and develop the serenity to accept the things where you cannot change. And find the courage to change where you can and the wisdom to know the difference. You remember the prayer there? It describes maturity in a less than a minute. Bravado and ego and hubris no make you a man. Make you powerful. A restraint of the real power around here, you know. The man we have the license gun there for 15 years and getting a whole heap of conflict and loud argument. And nobody knows him have it. That is a man. The male we choose to voluntarily manage the energy and consciousness we can make him totally evil. Enough people you say hype and attack loud and I go on the most way. I try believe what them I say. Underneath it all, them are the most insecure person on the planet. You know what kind of energy it take for abuse somebody to keep them? That don't make no sense. When you abuse people, you have to carry them. When they mature, them walk with you. And insecure people alone want control other people out of fear so them a go left. I mean, I make up this in your own words. Listen to that thing I know when I give advice to man about how to run a webcam business. And how to control the girl them and keep them as a slave, essentially.
Your goal is to inspire a girl to make money and give you the money. So the way you're going to do that is you have to have some element of influence. And you're going to have that element of influence through her respecting you, looking up to you, and her believing she needs you. And this is extremely important. Because at the beginning, she will need you. But then she won't need you. But you have to keep that fallacy. Keep that dream alive. She can't do this without you. In the beginning, she can, but there'll become a point she can. But you being here, it synergizes this teamwork energy. We're going to do this together. Yeah, you go on the camera. Don't worry. I'll talk to the guys. I'm going to talk to them. We're a team. Happy, positive teamwork. And I had a separate phone with all my girls' guys in that phone, and I kept control of it. And I would speak to them, and before she went online, I would tell her like any basic information. You don't let your girl have this, because if your girl ever runs off and leaves you, which is going to happen to some of you at least, you don't want her to have an address book of all the guys she can get money from.
As an objective thing, I know why this appeals to most people. Something I would tell you say, deceit makes sense. I tell you already, say everything have its purpose and its use, including every part of it with nature and consciousness. What do you call them, good or evil? I just say we misunderstand them because we see everything too black and white. And deceit are one of them things that were necessary. But we have to only use it for the benefit of who we are using it for, not them downfall and our upliftment. Read Planet Earth and you see me I explain this. You have it tough when you need for tough, but stuck in a tough when you need compassion. And you see what? Or stuck in a compassion when you need for tough and see. Focus on self-control and not people control and watch your life improve. Also, here is a man who talk extensively about the Matrix, aka Babylon system and how them design it for control and oppress people, especially man, and how them do it by control every aspect of your life. So you depend on them for everything. I agree with him. Because the years when you hear me I preach how Babylon work through the control method, man. But tell me something, not the same method where the Matrix use and where him claim to be against, him openly admit say him use to control them girl. I don't think him approach to him followers them is a different thing. And the same pimps playbook him use and turn them in a small army of prostitute. Or to be fair, make me say it, most of them. How him get to do that? Because them have low self-esteem. He managed to find a way to connect with the people. Well, young youth, we feel disenfranchised and pushed aside by society. How he managed to do that? Well, you could have said him see the interest with the motivational speaking, with the people them where I go against the grain with the non-traditional concept and line of thought where them I use attract, especially young, mostly fatherless youth. Where it is very possible same do is take the philosophies and opinions of the people and we attack objective truth. Because him realize say them truth and make people flock to them. But him also realize what make most people don't stay. Which is that the majority not interested in the kind of discipline and the get your shit together aspect of it. A few people alone can handle that. Him notice that even though it attract a whole heap of youth, only the minority of them stay with or keep following the central figure or person where I push the information. So him step it up a notch by mimic them man they say back what them a say. So him talk some powerful truth, but him flavor it with the toxic and dangerous kind of rhetoric or argument where I gonna naturally appeal to the average person when no want to do no work for change. The majority of people are victim player who want to remain victims. And it make the toxicity very entertaining. Because that's all it is, entertainment, especially if it is true. So none of this not real, there's a character in a play like when followers I say. If so, then where the entertainer will want a large audience I go do. If the audience they make mostly out of ignorant victim player. Them have to neatly appeal to the blame game where them want to play. Else you go become irrelevant to most of the crowd. So him use the undeniable truth. Say man under attack from the system and draw them in. So him become this anti-hero, lone wolf where I represent them. And that's how him successfully reinvent the victim. Because of that them are doing that most people are doing. Whether it be Tate or any one of them. Where if you have majority approval in order to have power. Them have to reinvent the victim. That is common sense if you're in a motivating people for just the purpose of business. Because again, a business are we means of surviving. The whole of we don't fall seated in. Because business structure in such a way where it make wrongdoing profitable. So if anybody at all gonna do the right thing in any way, shape or form, for the millionth time I gotta tell you them have to go willing to lose money. That's why you say most people, we have burn them fire and go out the most thing, them have to neatly, subconsciously reinvent the victim. If them are gonna be popular with majority of people. Because majority of people, again, I try to avoid the work where it actually take for grow up. Them knows why constantly pointing a finger upon what the problem is in the world this week. You talk about win them fans. Because people who fear the risk or the work, where it take to achieve something, I go always want the struggle, where them can use as an excuse for no try. For example, if a man hear every day how terrible the girl is, that automatically tell him, say, boy, him not have nothing to do with the problem. And therefore him not have to fix or improve nothing but for himself. Cause the problem of the girl. So him can fool him man and just watch his show name, all that is wrong with the world, and not me. And I see him game the girl them a play. And that design they separate we, you know. And we live like liquor pitney. As me often say, most people no look for truth, you know. Them only seek anything will line up with what them want to be true. And the attitude with majority of people in the world is not, I don't know when you. 2 Timothy 4:3 say the same thing. In another part of the Bible it say, for the time is coming when people will not endure sound teaching, but having itching ears, they will accumulate for themselves teachers to suit their own passions. Let me say that again. Teachers to suit their own passions. Me will for people ask, how people can't see, so that brother ask him. But it's not a matter of can't see. It's a matter of no want see. Them hear and see all of the contradiction them, but them are hold on for whatever him represent for them where them want to be true. And I like so them not rate the people them were really serious about improvement and require serious discipline from them, you know. I intimidated by them. Them no want nobody tell them constantly round the clock, say something do them, and them know deep down say true. And them just afraid to fix these things. Them can't bother with the work. And I always prefer people who work with them. Or who seem to work with them. People who help them play the blame game. People who make them comfortable in them weakness. People who ask them to practice what them preach, coming like the granny in the analogy I going to use now. You ever farm sick yet? Because you don't feel like at school. And your mother buy the store for a whole heap of money. And you feel nice. And your granny, she step in and come tell her about busy tea. Give him some busy tea. That will surely bring him back enough in his school. And instantly your mother nah bother bite. Demand a refund and decides say you go to school the next day. And you feel like sugar long knife in a granny neck. And I said, dead pussy you coming like a pestilence in my life. And what people want. Them are going to always reject what them need. Got too much work in it. Too much discipline, too much structure. Look at how the 5 police killed the black youth when named Tyree Nichols. And them charge 5 of them for murder. And the protests now have half of the energy. Like when them did kill George Floyd. You know why? Because of 5 black police kill him. And that not support the narrative where them want to be true. Which is, a racism me can't reach nowhere. If them for realize that that's not true, even though racism does make it harder, them have to go take the risk of actually growing up, and them don't want to do that. So them spend them entire life and look for any reason to keep the narrative they going because them simply afraid to grow up. A whole heap of things make them flock to him, you know. Shamar, a whole heap of them follower them blame woman for them problem. For example, them blame feminism for the sense that them lose them power as man. And because of that, them feel say woman emasculate them. But feminism can't emasculate a real man. It presents the opportunity to prove yourself. To be the man where you're born as. Nothing can change objective nature. Well, the problem is most are not afraid to be a man. Afraid to lose girl. If you don't stand up for principle. So you just give up and allow girl to do what they want to do. Because you don't want front. So instead of be a man, no for no passive aggressively take revenge on girl through anybody at all we think like Andrew Tate. No for them follower even blame specific girl. Like those who reject or hurt them at some point in them life. And them woman you now come to represent all woman in their mind. So every time them hear something about a woman with negative. A she. So them feel say them Tate attack directly too. So them draw close to this person who seem to understand them. You see that stepping stone belief system the way the brother seem to have? But how human we interact with one another. The mindset there is the basic model for every relationship. Where anyone out ever experience for no bond. Every girlfriend or wife who ever left you and make you feel like you need Andrew Tate is Andrew Tate. Because them follow the same rules of engagement when it comes to where them see as success. Which is no business. Wait, cast you forget it. Take. And don't give 2 flying fucks. I take the same advice to become just like the same girl where you hate, so you know, the same girl where fuck you up, so you know, brother. When you think Andrew invent the energy where him subscribe to? Him a just a mass way to use now. It bigger than him, man. If a man take Tate advice and use it for your mother and sister, an instant transport and transport, you know. And people lie down, you know. But most people who follow the energy, they don't care about these common sense things. Him normalize them ignorance and them anti-social beliefs. He might tell them, say them narcissistic behavior and the meanness where it come with acceptable. Nothing no wrong with them worst characteristics. And that he might tell them, you know. Without tell them, you know. Essentially, he might tell them, say, boy, them not have to change. So the real question now is, that brother I really believe what I say? Or I just last 6 in the 48 laws of power? Quote attention at all costs. And to the prediction aspect of your voice note, I know where, yeah, I say, you know, him a prophet. Him definitely appear to be a prophet. But if me fit judge from actions what I think me I see, I'm welcome anybody to change my mind. But it wouldn't be the PROPHET kind of prophet. We can see the future. I'm more like the PROFIT kind. We profit from the ignorance of people who don't think for themselves. You know, think obviously very intelligent chess player who train from almost the minute when born for think many moves ahead. Who more than knows that when people talk the truth, the system, the matrix then, fight them. This is a fact. You not think such a smart person, if them have evil intentions, can use talking the truth to cover up or hide them evil intention there, or disguise them evil intention there. You not think them know so it can help them for the whole heap of fuckery with impunity, means that without consequence. Because anybody try to stop them, including the system, the first assumption gonna be is that I true the man I talk the truth and I true my fight to free the people. You don't think anybody with 3 brain cells, especially somebody so smart, can figure out how to use the assumption there on the part of the masses to them advantage. Remember twin reality, you know. Devil always a mimic God, you know, and no time to see difference, you know. We live on a system where we're so busy with spirit of discernment, drop asleep, or we just say everything one way. And no evidence make we believe nothing, no words. That's why we're so easy to get tricked. We just hear about Matrix and think anybody will talk against it are the good guy. But we don't watch Matrix for yourself. And sister the agent them take over some of the good guys. Am I saying Tate is a bad person? No. Me I say anybody who willing to do evil in order to look good is a servant of evil. With the whole thing I teach we. This shows that the ego can blind the smartest away. And make we do the stupidest fucking things. Just so we can get to hear how smart we is. So the question again is, you know, is Tate a good person or a bad person? It's not so simple. So make we say, he might just an insecure person. We are the good things for some bad reason. And all of it to some extent depend on the spectrum of insecurity. Don't think we escape. Or just that some we have way more insecurity than some. Again, me hear people that say that show him a put on. Me hear that too. So me say yes, he might have developed a persona or a character when may or may not reflect him true nature or personality. Either way, the water muddy. So much I go on here say you can't even truly determine innocence or guilt. But one thing I true you can't deny. Somebody when not blind by ego would assist the matrix always I try bring down people of truth and at least have the common sense for not say nothing we go bring down them own self. But me could be objective. The praise get to him head. And him ego is where get him out. And that happen often to all heap of people. The things where I use against him now I come from him own doing. A self-made matrix. Me no wish jail and prison upon no man. Me really hope by some miracle him and him brother bust the case and learn from it. But me think me know exactly what caused the whole of this to reach us. So. But me I go do it. You know, me I'll put it in one episode. Of the long-awaited Rebellious Truth video podcast. Anyway, that thing that we cause him to talk everything and can't help it is the unchecked ego. Will make him couldn't stop supply the "you are so brave" where the crowd love. And the more them love it, the more him do it. So him end up chat too much. And now the biggest witness a court against him, I him. So watch out now, let's say, hypothetically, say Andrew and him brother innocent. You know, think Andrew mouth and actions card pan camera. How come a court pan them? I'm the biggest witness what the prosecution have. Because remember now, him criticize Romania, say them corrupt. And that's why I'm going to live there. Because at least him going to have access to the corruption. We are benefit him. Unlike America and UK, we corrupt. But him now benefit from them corruption. Few more words, that, you know, not mine. So one thing Romania, where him highlight as corrupt before him go live, I go do. For restore, feed them reputation, where fame influence a tarnish. Them I go prove to them not corrupt. You think your appeal did go really work? Or your application for bail? If you boast about passport and how much you have, in case you get in a problem in a one jurisdiction, you can flee to another. Surely them not gonna let you go up on bail, because you pose a flight risk. Then now me no know if I control him social media account. But him a criticize and taunt the prosecution and say, boy, them can't find no evidence and the whole thing of politics. The whole saying is true, you know. Nothing no petty like a liar we have something to prove, you know. Nothing. What's if them a woman? So what you think them a gonna do if them really can't find the evidence? Them will make sure them find it. Wanna see now what I'm telling about the dangers of ego? How long now me I telling about it? The man have the right to remain silent and can't do it, you know. Him just have to have the last say. After all that talking, you still, I say them afraid me. I have to add delusion to your list of things. I hope you don't mind. So in the end, what will benefit humanity? And make it go back to the way how God intended it to be. And an insecure influencer with no oversized ego and extra loud mouth. We are exploit ignorant people. It a go be the man we know. So him a go look weak in order to be truly strong. And do it despite the risk of becoming unpopular. And them a go save humanity from the collapse of them influencer / politician you bring it to. And the man can give up the idea of being 100% happy. Just to make sure say him pick them. Where him bring a hurt, don't grow without him. I more do it. The person will take the risk of seeing them through. Even if them end up not grateful feel.
In the meantime.